right. It is 1 o'clock, and we are about to start our Tech Talk for the month of April. Wanted to welcome everybody that is watching live or recorded. Today's Tech Talk is all about how technology helps you stay more competitive. And I mean, that's a pretty broad but awesome topic that we're going to be talking about. I think pretty much every business wants to stay competitive. I don't know a successful business that isn't competitive. So yeah, I think it's a great topic. If you haven't ever joined us before on a Tech Talk, what we do is we have a nice conversation about tech things that are going on in the industry and how those things can benefit from changes to a digital version of software and implementation. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And before we begin, I want to go over a couple of little housekeeping items that we have going on. So this is a recorded event. We do post this on our website as well as on our YouTube channel after we are done, usually the day after, sometimes the day of, which is great. And if you are watching this live, you can submit any questions through the chat feature or through the Q&A feature on Zoom. We will get to a question portion later on if there are any available. And yeah, we'll be happy to answer anything that you may have. My name is Scott Englert. I am the Director of Marketing Operations here at Axsoft. And today I have the pleasure of having a guest speaker with me. And I would like to introduce her now is Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Nicole Rodriguez. She is, oh my goodness, I didn't update your title for the sales. Oh my goodness. So tell us your title.
I'm a solutions consultant of our existing customers.
Absolutely. So you are a solutions consultant with our existing customers, and you've been with Axoft for 6 years now, which is awesome. One little fun fact that I recently learned about Nicole is that she was a GameStop manager for 13 years, a long time, which is awesome. And you said that you were obligated to learn about gaming, but I feel like maybe you enjoyed that a little bit as well. Maybe.
Oh, definitely. The perks were amazing.
That's good. That's good. So not so much anymore, but I used to be a pretty heavy gamer. I had all the consoles. I did PC gaming. I remember bringing my big tower over to my friend's house to do LAN parties. Oh my gosh, well, listen, I still am a geek, but yeah, I was an even bigger geek back then. So, so tell me about a little bit, kind of like what was the cool things that you got involved in with being a GameStop manager and learning about games?
Um, Customers were very interesting. So I always enjoyed having the hardcore gamers that were debating with you on history, on prices, on development of the actual game. So that was a very nice experience. But I enjoyed a lot learning the new systems. We get to fly to Las Vegas, we get to fly to California for conference, and it was that was a monster. That was amazing. The things that you see, of course, as a manager, you see the behinds, which is very cool. You not only see, okay, you're selling games when you're taking trade-ins, you see the development of games, how they process, the time it takes. So not only I was obligated to learn the gaming industry, I also admire it now because I know the behinds. So it's not easy. It's not easy to develop a game, to create it, to have voices. And let's be real, they're very real now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing how much detail goes into some of these games, especially some of these open world games where you can just go wherever you want and talk to all kinds of characters, and the amount of work that goes into that, you're absolutely right, is
Very
unbelievable.
interesting. Very,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
full respect for that I have.
Yeah, absolutely. And from the outside, it seems like, oh, it's just a video game. It's no big deal. But yeah, yeah, that's so true. So true. So that's really cool that you got that insight. Yeah, very, very interesting. So thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about how technology helps you stay more competitive. I'm going to jump right into it and start off with a question for you. And that is, so tell me about some new technologies that are being developed by companies to basically stay competitive and be on top of their game.
Well, first and foremost, we have to say that technology now is a must. Like even in our personal life, we use technology for everything. Communicating through social media with family. I'm from Puerto Rico. My family's there, and of course, I can grab a phone and just call them. But it's easier to have social media. They get to see pictures of what I'm doing, so we get to like unify through technology. So, and that's the same thing for businesses. Is a must, right? Technology needs to be there. This will help businesses learn, plan for the future, organize themselves. Not only that, I am being in this industry, I really, really feel that the workforce management digital is something that every business should have it right now. And I'm pretty sure like all of the businesses have it now because it makes the business quicker, it makes more effective services, so it keeps everything organized as well. This is also gives you detailed information of what's happening prior to having a phone call with that person in the field. The communication, I always say this to my customers when I'm speaking to them, and the communication between the field and the office is so important. And being in the old mojo is having a phone call. Maybe that person is not picking up the phone. If you put it on a paper, you cannot communicate properly. But with the technology now, you can learn more about the business, learn how the people on the field here at the office can manage their time. And another important thing is like, as businesses, we always want to see future, right? How the future goes. But that will only be doable if you have historical data.
Mm-hmm.
So with technology, this is important because you can have everything on records. It's an easier way to look for that information versus going to cabinets and look for a customer and then a paper slot, stuff like that. So having historical data there in an easy access, this workforce management solutions will help you create that. Organizations as well are going to devote more time into being strategic about their time. Let's be real, businesses want to make money, so having these solutions in place will make you more money, right? You're going to see the revenue there are going to be times where you, hey, I have free time, I can do another job for somebody. So I would say this workforce management solution digitally is something that has to be there now in businesses, no matter how small or big they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And that data that you're talking about, and just the information, being able to have that at your fingertips to analyze it, and then utilize that in order to make smarter decisions. Overall, whether it comes to doing an extra job per day, or figuring out a quicker, more effective way to do something that will now give your employees time to work on something else. Yeah, it really is a game changer. And yeah, I do think a lot of companies are starting to, well, or already have adapted some of the digital kind of processes implementing into their daily activities. But there's a lot of stuff out there that they can even get better on. So yeah, this is exactly how you stay competitive, is to be on top of that. So yeah, absolutely. So some really great insight there. So let me ask this. So these new technologies, how do they contribute positively to, let's say, a customer experience? So we talk about customer experience, people not only maybe calling in, but also just the experience they're having out in the field. How can that positively impact that?
Well, this is going to give them a lot of having these technologies in place. Like I said, will help both parties, right? Not only the companies, but also customers. How so? We want to know what their current and future needs are as a business. That way, they're loyal to us, one, and they don't want to choose somebody else. So this will give your company's employees tools to increase customer convenience, serve clients quicker and better. Another thing that for me is very big in customer service with this solutions, this will help take more new clients. you're going to serve them better. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that I have an HVAC company, right? And I'm not using anything digital. I use only a few things, right? Maybe text message, maybe, I don't know, social media for that. But I go into I'm a technician and I go into this commercial business and I only have a paper with information. I don't know what has been done to this place before. I don't know anything. I just know that I have to install a unit. This is causing time. This is causing asking a customer possibly more questions. And think about this, commercial businesses, and I'm talking about bigger ones. Not every time there's people that can answer your questions because they're empty places, they're going to be remodeled, whatever the case is. With this solutions, you get everything in your handset, so you're able to know specific notes from customers. You don't have to go back and forth into a phone call or say, oh, I'm confused, this was not the unit, talking about the HVAC company that I was supposed to install. Having this is going to make businesses and customers stay as clients because they're going to see organization, they're going to see effectiveness. This is big for me. And it's going to make them say, you know what, this company's organized, they know what I need, they know how to do it, they're not asking me back and forth questions, and they're doing the job correctly. So this is, for me, is a big piece. Of course, we want to be organized as companies, but what moves the company? Our customers. So we need to have them happy. We need to have them choosing us over the competition as well. So for me, that's big. Having this implemented for customer makes a big difference for them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And having that documentation there for a customer, it just not only does it make the process smoother, but also if you don't have to continuously ask a question over and over to a customer, each and every time that you see them, et cetera, they're going to have a better customer because they're on the opposite end of it. They want to save time in whatever you're doing too, so, it tends to work both ways. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so we talked about, some of the streamline processing. So that's, okay, how can we make things work more efficiently, right? And the detailed insights into that. So how let's talk a little bit more about how that can help the organization to succeed and maybe, kind of stay competitive and on top of their competition.
Well, the digital world and the mobile solutions for companies will streamline the processes. They will give you, like I said at the beginning, having an organized company and organize how do you dispatch a job and how do you know where your employee on the field is, will give you an open window to know what's going on. So that's going to step you aside of competition, because once you maybe have more time, let's say with this solutions that are now out in the world, you can have more time to do more jobs. And if you have time to do more jobs, that's going to be different when you say a company that's filled with jobs, oh, I cannot book you until the next month, versus, hey, I have this software implemented here and I know everything, so I have time this week to do more jobs. Having additional capacity to address new customers requests will put you in a different spot versus your competition. And this time, everything, and I don't know if, well, you probably know this, everything is about reviews. Everything is about putting it on the Google reviews. And I'm a customer, right? I'm a customer as well. And I always look at let's say what I want to buy new furniture. I go to Google and search, okay, this is my reviews for this one. These are my review for this one. And I'm going to go with the better reviews, of course. I'm not going to go with one says, oh, they took 2 weeks to complete this, or they took a day to complete this. Organization was not there. So this will give you more time, more jobs. And they're going to step you away from competitors because they're going to give you, a higher, more, I would say, like, advantage, and also ROI. Like I said, businesses want to make money. So having another job not only will help that customer say this business is efficient, but I'm getting more money as a business. So the return on investment is going to be there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know there's a great saying about how much easier it is to keep a customer than it is to gain a new customer, right? So we talk about that all the time, where, if there's things that you can do in order to make your customer happy, that is going to speak volumes as well as what you were talking about earlier, I'm a researcher too. Whenever I am looking for anything at all, I am on that web and I am searching that company and looking up what people are saying, what they're talking about. So, it's like those people are, if you're doing a great job at it, they're doing marketing for you, right? Because they're going out there and they're singing your praises, and then you have new customers that are researching that and they're saying, well, yeah, absolutely, I would go with this company again because they were able to get the job done so much quicker and they had all the information. It just that smooth process can speak volumes. So
And not
absolutely.
only that, as businesses, you're going to see them on reviews, of course, as a customer,
Mhm.
but you even, if you're doing a great job and your customers are seeing that, you get referrals.
Right.
So that's amazing
Absolutely.
and that happens to me a lot. When I'm talking with
Hmm.
these customers, I hear people say, "Hey, Nicole, you help me with this solution for I'm working a lot with security companies now." And the referrals that I'm getting, it's
Hmm.
great. And that's I always say that you can make money without doing anything. That makes wonders, right? So me being a solutions consultant and helping customers with my solution, making it easier for them, they're going to talk about me. They're
Hmm.
going to talk about what I'm doing. So that's right there, another, return investments.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And I'm a big supporter of like the Facebook communities. So like my neighborhood, I'll go out there and I'll ask them for, hey, who is great for you for, an HVAC. I've got an issue. Who have you worked with? That's fantastic. And people will not only tell you who's great, but they'll also tell you who to stay away from.
Oh yeah.
So if you have that one bad experience, where you just maybe some of these things would have come into play, and they didn't because you didn't have the right documentation, or something got fouled up because you were using paper, and you wrote down something that was a mistake, or paperwork got lost, etc. That can really hurt you in the long run. So and it's kind of hidden stuff that you just sort of don't think about, that can make all the difference. So absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it's
So
great that you mentioned that scenario because businesses can run into both scenarios, right? Something great might happen on a service, and something not as good might happen. We're not, um, that can happen regardless. Sometimes businesses don't even have control of that. But
hmm.
this softwares, this digital solutions is going to make that action when something happens quicker. You just mentioned it right there.
Hmm.
If you have a paper, you have to go back to the office, say, "Hey, customer X, this happened, so I have to go back in 3 days to fix that," versus I have a digital communication with my employees out in the field. They just mentioned that I need materials. I can order them right now and they can be there as soon as possible. So
Hmm.
that not only would help you with upgrading your business with good situations, when we do have not that good positive situations, digital technology can, it can be quicker
Right,
fixable.
the reaction time,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, and your ability to solve those problems, which then, yeah, can lead to better customer success. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Fantastic. So I'm gonna play a little bit of uh fortune teller with you here, and I'm gonna ask you. So what do you think the future might look like for companies that can leverage technologies in order to give themselves an advantage over their competition? So we're talking about what the future might look like.
Like I said at the beginning of the call, I think this is going to be a must sooner than later,
Mm,
because a lot of industries can use these technologies to provide better service to their customers and enhance their reputation, their services, their everything. I think this is going to be the thing that you have to look for in businesses. This will also, this technologies, the new technology will help businesses increase efficiency
hmm.
and connect better with workforce. So like I said, we businesses are umbrellas, and it never looks good if one person is in one page, but in the same business another person is another page and doesn't know what's going on between departments, between services, in between customers. So these technologies are going to make the difference in every step of the way. This workforce manager solutions for me are the best for businesses because you can coordinate better and you can manage your time better.
Hmm. Yeah.
as somebody in the office, but somebody else in the field too. What if, let's say that you have somebody going through the HVAC that we're speaking of that have this solution in place on their phone and they have 4 orders. You before, and I speak this because I've been here 6 years, and I noticed how businesses struggle with the paper and the phone calling and everything. A person in the field can manage their time where they have 6 orders to do for the day. From here, from a digital solution, you can manage your day without involving office.
Mm.
You're going to be smart. You're going to say, okay, this is my 5 routes that I have to take. This is this place, and this place. I'm going to manage it efficiently. That way I can target all of them and don't have to come back. So technologies in the future are going to be a must because it will help the field be easier, effective, and the office have more organization. They're going to be smarter in making decisions, and they're going to streamline the processes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like everything that you're kind of talking about has to do with communication, and not only communication between customers and the person who is working on the job, but also communication within the office, communication with the data. It really is just all that connection and how that can really help companies keep it all together. So yeah, absolutely. Very nice, very nice. So okay, so far we've been talking about kind of general. We haven't gotten into specifics, right? We touched a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about the specifics on the application that we offer, Teamworks, that platform, and how it can empower organizations to stay competitive. Like, what are some of the features that it offers in order to do that?
Well, for me, all of them have a little bit of everything to help businesses, but I go, I'm gonna go with my favorite one, the first one, which is gonna be the wireless forms, digital forms. You can make
It's
anything
my
into
favorite too. It's my favorite too.
I love it. I can speak for it hours. But this is something that for me will help everything, right? This is any documentation that you need. Instead of having it on a paper, you have it digital. So with our application, you can take pictures on the application. You can grab a customer's signature on the application. You're not going to run anymore into, oh my God, I lost my paper. Oh my God, I don't know where I wrote it. Let's be honest, people on the field have 100 things to do. Sometimes they forget something. They're human. We're not perfect, right? So sometimes they're forgetting something that's essential to invoice a customer. So having a wireless form is going to reduce all of that and make it easier. I say when I always talk to my customers, if you can use Facebook, you can use our application. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and it sometimes makes it even simpler, and because one of my favorite features on the wireless forms is the conditional logic. And to explain that a little bit, the best way that I can explain it, that I've always told people, is let's say that you're looking for a car part, right? And you go online and you could look at a bazillion car parts, but you don't know if it's the right one for you. You go in and you select Ford and you select the car that it only gives you the options. Okay, now that I've selected Ford, it's only going to give me the options of vehicles that are made by Ford, right? That's exactly what conditional logic is. So it can help you to eliminate mistakes when it comes to anything along those lines, where let's say you need to add a part, you need to add now well, I'm only looking at this manufacturer that I'm working on for this unit, whatever it may be. Now I know that I am ordering the right part for it, etc. So that's one of my favorites, and eliminating those types of mistakes that could potentially happen on just a paper form, where somebody's just writing it down and maybe making mistakes, and that can save a ton of cleanup work in the long run. Potential ordering of wrong parts, and then you got to go back, and it all adds up. So yeah, wireless forms, a big one for me. Okay, so let's talk about another one.
Another one of all of them are my favorites, but I'm gonna go with the GPS tracking. The
I don't think
GPS
that's how that
tracking.
works, Nicole. They can't all be your favorites. I don't
Yes, they are. I have
know.
so many stories about it that help customers that I enjoy them all. I enjoy them
Okay.
all. GPS tracking is a big one for me as well. This is the way that you can, as the field and as the office, you can track handsets, you can track vehicles, which a lot of businesses have company vehicles, and you want to know that not only that your employees doing the job on the field, but that they're safe. That's very important, and one of the big ones that I always hear talking to customers. So you can track assets with our GPS tracking, you can track company vehicles, and of course, GPS tracking also helps the office to be smarter when routing, to be efficient when saying, okay, I noticed that in this area more jobs are completed, or this employee is completing more jobs. So tracking is definitely another of my favorite ones as well.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really, it's a simple thing as far as, tracking is concerned, but the applications that can be uh, taken from it and really kind of utilize, like you said, safety, huge. You know, uh, one of the kind of cool features with the GPS tracking is the geofencing, where you can set up a perimeter and you can say, okay, I want to make sure, that I know when my guys are in and out of certain locations, that can absolutely go towards safety, that they're not, moving towards, or going out of a work area that is, not authorized, or is an unsafe zone. It can even be areas where, hey, that can help with accountability as well. Just being able to stay on top of things, and make sure that workers are doing the right thing. No,
Absolutely.
yeah, so really, really important stuff. So we touched on a couple, and I think we've also, we did mention a few in other items, some job dispatching stuff like that, where guys have or workers out in the field have the jobs that they're doing. They don't have to continuously go back and forth to the office in order to get them, if changes are made, etc. So that's another really cool one. So but yeah, I think we kind of covered quite a few of the features, I would say. So I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the promotions that we have going on here, since we're getting a little bit short on time, and switch my screen here. There we go. So this promotion is a free 14-day trial that we have going on with Teamworks. And what's I always say is so cool about this 14-day trial is that it's not a watered down, a light version of the software whatsoever. It is the real deal. You get all of the features and everything that is included in the software. You get a setup process. So we have somebody that helps you to onboard, get everything all set up the way that you would like, and to just try it out for a couple of weeks and see, how it can really affect your business, and and help you to increase that, not only the competitiveness but also the ROI that we're talking about, and make some more money. So if you are interested at all in this, again, there's no obligation. It's a free 14-day trial. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, or you can go to axoff.com. And right up at the top of the every web page on axoff.com is a link to try it for free. So we definitely recommend you giving it a try if you're thinking at all, and see how it works for your business, and how it might help you to stay competitive. So I was looking over at the question and answer area, and unfortunately, we don't have any questions, but that just means that we covered everything so great, right, Nicole?
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell myself that. So so yeah, so I think we're pretty much wrapped up for today's Tech Talk, and I wanted to thank not only Nicole for all of the valuable insight that you have. Obviously, you have done a lot of research in the field with other customers, and some of the experiences that you've had. So I really want to thank you for sharing some of that with us today. And thank everybody else for joining us for today's Tech Talk, whether you're watching it live or on a recording. And we'll see you for next month. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. See you next time. Bye-bye.